The New England Patriots need this. Let's talk about it. My name is Aaron. This is Sports Talk Patriots on the daily, pushing out that content to people just like you who can't get enough Patriots football. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and comment below for that daily content. So today what we're going to be talking about some moves the Patriots have made, bringing someone back onto the squad via the practice squad. As well, we are going to jump into the 2025 NFL draft that will be held in April in Green Bay, and some big moves the Patriots need to make then and there to get this thing humming again. So let's jump right into it. First and foremost, Michael Jordan, MJ, you know him. 6 championships for the Chicago Bulls. I'm joking, obviously not that one, but he was originally dropped, picked back up onto the practice squad. Now, we remember that Michael Jordan, younger guy, played a lot of snaps for the Patriots and did all right at times. At other times, he did kind of rough. At that guard position, it's interesting when you're having to pull, and in that interior lineman position, it can be rough. But he had 684 of the 780 offensive snaps. He was ranked second, but then they took Lester Cotton and put him on the active roster and put Michael Jordan, MJ, onto the practice squad. I don't mind having him back on the practice squad. He has experience starting, so having him on the practice squad, a possibility of having to move him up again in the future is a smart move by the Patriots, just because they need experience on that offensive line. We have talked about that day in, day out. Now, I want to jump into this as well. Going into the end of the season, 4 Patriots most likely going to be leaving, and we've somewhat talked about this, but there's one guy in particular that I feel like we didn't talk about. Jacoby Brissett, most likely gone. Darian Lowe is the one playing left tackle, most likely also going to be gone. And so you look at that, and you know right away, we know Elliott Wolf in this front office needs to address the offensive line. So most likely he could be gone. Mike Nwenu, I would prefer him not being traded, but I think that would be a surprise. That was very interesting on this reporter saying that Nwenu could possibly be gone. I don't think that's the case. He's one of the better offensive linemen on this squad. Again, he's a tried and true guard, not a tackle, but he's versatile. He can play. Cole Strange is interesting as well. That's another name. Now, of these 4 names, 3 of them are offensive linemen. We're going to jump more into that when we look at this mock draft and some other players. But again, Cole Strange, I know that he is really, really been underwhelming his time for the New England Patriots. He is a first-round pick. It's something where if he can get on the field in the last bit of this season and prove everyone wrong, then sure. Or in the offseason does something spectacular and proves us wrong going into the 2025 season, sure. But right now, it seems like he has been a bust. So of all those players, Jacoby, we don't need to talk about, but Lowe, Nwenu, and Strange, who do you want to see stay? Who do you for sure want to see gone? Comment below. Tell me about that. As well, we're going to jump into the mock draft. So PFF dropped a new mock draft. I think this is pretty solid when you look at it. You look at the first overall pick. I don't think the Patriots are going to get the first overall pick, and this is the reason I think so. First of all, jumping into the standings, NFL standings, so both AFC and NFC, you see the New England Patriots aren't quite the worst right now. You have the Jaguars, which in a head-to-head, the Patriots lost, and then you have the Raiders and you have the Giants. Let's remember, the Giants, their franchise quarterback, Daniel Jones, Danny Dimes, is now gone. He's in Minnesota now. The Los Angeles Raiders, they're another team that is Gardner Minshew. Is he going to be their franchise quarterback in Las Vegas? I don't believe so. The Jacksonville Jaguars are one. That's just an interesting team that has incredibly surprised me this year. I thought they would do much better. We've seen even Mac Jones play for the Jaguars, but again, they are doing horrid. Now, I honestly think the New York Giants will have the first overall pick this year. The Patriots, looking at this right now, will most likely have a top 3 spot. Now, if we look at strength of schedule real quick, the toughest schedule right now, according to this, would be the Chicago Bears. They still have to play the Lions. Tough. The Vikings, tough. Giants, tough. All 4 of those teams right there, all playoff teams, most likely. And then their easiest opponent is the 49ers, which they are in a battle right now in the AFC West. And so that also most likely a playoff team. So that is wild. But the second hardest schedule remaining is the Patriots. playing the Bills twice. The Chargers and the Cardinals, both teams vying for playoff positions, really surprising people this year. Their easiest opponent being this Sunday against the Colts, who still have the ability, if they win out, to really cement themselves in the playoffs. So honestly, the last 5 games for the Patriots are all playoff contenders, and at least 2 of those teams will make the playoffs for sure. You can continue down the list, and then we look at our next team is the Giants. The Giants still have left the Eagles. That'll be a loss. Ravens, loss. Falcons, loss. 2 of those teams will for sure be in the playoffs. The Falcons, I think they still have a chance. It'll be interesting to see. Saints and the Colts, honestly, all 5 of those teams are better than the Giants. And then we drop all the way down to the Las Vegas Raiders. I always want to say Oakland, golly. You have the Chiefs. Nope. Chargers, nope. Falcons, probably not. But the Raiders they're frisky. That's the thing. And I hate using that word. I know that word sounds stupid, but I think they can fight. And then again, they play their easiest opponents are the Jaguars, the Bucks, and the Saints. So they could surprise some teams, but I do see New England for sure having a top 5 pick, but I don't think they're going to be having a number 1 pick overall. So that being said, I think when it comes to this mock draft, the first overall pick, Kelvin Banks Jr. out of Texas, I don't think it's awful. The ranking they have is a D+ grade for the first overall pick. If they go to pick Kelvin Banks first overall, I think they might as well trade out of that position and then get someone else. I do like Will Campbell from LSU at tackle. The reason they didn't have him in this mock draft is number 1 overall to the Patriots was because protection-wise, Banks had a higher rating. So we'll see. There's still a lot of time left before the mock draft. Jalen Royals from the Aggies in Utah State, a solid pickup in the 3rd round. Donovan Jackson out of Ohio State, a Big Ten guard. Love that as well. That's a solid value. But the biggest one I see is James Pierce Jr. out of Tennessee. Now, I pulled up his video right here. Now, here he is circled right here going up against Texas A&M. Originally, not too long ago, he was projected to be the first overall pick in this draft. We know the biggest need for the New England Patriots right now is offensive tackle, offensive line in general, but starting at the tackle and then probably working inward. We look at that, and then second, we're probably looking at a wide receiver 1 and then an edge rusher. We have Keon White that has a lot of potential, but who is going to be the counter on the other side of the ball? We see Pierce lined up on the strong side of the ball to the field. In these plays, you can see he's strong, he's versatile, he's quick, he's young, he's long, all these different things that are solid. So we look at him, watch him on this tackle. He literally standing straight up bull rushes him all the way into the quarterback for a sack. That's unreal. He is strong, he is quick, standing up, boom, look at how quick he's in. I would love to see that for the Patriots. Love to see that for the Patriots. Maybe we got one more play. Boom, look at weak side coming in, making the tackle. Unreal. So I'm not sure why he has dropped so much when it comes to this mock draft, but a lot of people have him now at the end of the first, beginning of the second round. Again, is it young? Is it inexperience? Whatever it might be. Maybe he's not. I haven't looked at his stats this year. I should be looking at his stats this year with Tennessee, but maybe he's just underperforming. But again, out of all these people, let me pull this up. Out of all these players, who would you be most excited for on the Patriots? Again, I would say James Pierce. If the Patriots had the first overall pick, who do you want, or what do you want them to do? Do you want them to get Banks? Do you want him to get Campbell? Do you want him to get Travis Hunter? Do you want him to trade out and potentially get more first-round picks? That's honestly, I would lean more towards that, especially if they could go back and still get one of these tackles or a good tackle in this draft. And then get someone like Pierce. Let's remember the Detroit Lions. When the Detroit Lions drafted, they and Brad Holmes, they picked up some players that a lot of people thought, man, they valued the Lions valued them way too high, but then they turned out to be absolute studs in Laporta, in Jamar Gibbs, in Jack Campbell, the linebacker. So we look at these different players. What can the Patriots do to really make some moves in this draft? So comment below, what if they got that first pick, what would you want them to do? And who are some players on your radar? So comment below. You guys rock. Again, this is Sports Talk Patriots. Hit that subscribe button on the way out. We'll talk later. Peace.